Good morning, everybody. You're watching CNN News 18. My name is Aisha Varma. We're a few minutes away from 8 a.m. and our top focus this hour is on the political face-off between Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Reddy's sister YS Sharmila and the TRS because it's intensifying in Telangana. The state police arrested the YSR chief on Tuesday for obstructing and assaulting a police inspector. However, she was later granted bail. Her arrest took place after she, along with her party workers, marched to the Pragati Bhavan to protest against the attack on her car and campaign vehicle during the Padayatra in Warangal on Monday. Now, CNN News 18 has accessed the FIR where she has been accused of driving rashly, abusing police personnel, and even trying to snatch one police official's phone. Now, she has also been accused of causing public inconvenience as she had caused a traffic jam. Meanwhile, Sharmila is likely to resume her Padayatra from tomorrow. All right, we have some breaking news coming in on this story. Telangana Governor Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan has expressed her concern over the way that Sharmila was arrested and about her safety and health condition. She says, and I quote, "The visuals of towing away of her car when she was still inside the car were disturbing. Whatever may be the political background or ideology, women leaders need to be treated in a more dignified and respectful way. Women cadre and women leaders need to be treated in a more dignified and respectful way in these situations." I'm crossing over to CNN News 18, Swastika Das, to tell us more. Swastika, so we seem to have a response from the governor. What I wanted to ask is that in her tweet, she's really saying that women leaders need to be treated with more dignity and respect. We have been seeing visuals of the way that Sharmila was arrested, but I think the question arises here is why did she not really get out of the car?
Well, that was the premise, or that is what led to the conflict yesterday, the scuffle that broke out. Aisha Sharmila was on her way to the Chief Minister's office called Pragati Bhavan. It's his office cum residence, where she wanted to submit a memorandum to KCR, the Chief Minister of Telangana, and speak out against the alleged attacks on her in Warangal that took place on Monday. Now, while she was on her way, that's a highly sensitive zone. The police did not give her any permission, and it was also said by the police that Sharmila and her entourage of supporters had illegally left her house, and then they were on their way to the Chief Minister's office to lay siege on that. To stop that bid, that's when the police stepped into action and tried convincing her to come out of the vehicle, but when Sharmila refused to budge in, they used a crane to tow the vehicle away to SR Nagar police station, where we saw another episode of drama where Sharmila for good 40 minutes stayed inside her car, refusing to speak to the cops. And that led to the scuffle that happened yesterday. Eventually, she was pulled out of that car, detained first, arrested later, and then later in the night, she was given bail by the Nampally court. Now, the whole premise of this comes in the backdrop of high intense drama that took place in the last 48 hours, 72 hours now between the YSR workers and the TRS workers who clashed and locked horns in Warangal, and an episode that went on in Hyderabad till late night.
All right, Swastika, and what I did want to ask you is about the house arrest of the mother. Could you explain why that took place? Is there any precedent for the house arrest of Sharmila's mother?
Well, yesterday when we were reporting from ground zero, there was no one was being allowed to come near the police station. And in fact, with the escalation of the heated argument and the subsequent drama that unfolded between Sharmila and the police officers there, what they essentially did was they went to her residence, Lotus Pond, where they kept Vijay Amma, Sharmila's mother, under house arrest when she was on her way to meet Sharmila at SR Nagar police station. So effectively, her mother was not allowed to meet her. Later in the evening, her husband, who's an evangelist, Anil Kumar, was allowed to meet her briefly. And subsequently, she was arrested and produced before the magistrate who granted her bail. So the allegation that Sharmila has leveled is that it's not just her who has been mentally tortured and physically assaulted by the cops allegedly. It is also her mother who also faced bad behavior and was manhandled by the police who gheraoed her house and kept her under house arrest.
So then I think the big question here as well is if this was any other individual, let's say this was an ordinary citizen, would the government have responded the same way?
Well, that's the question that Sharmila had also asked, remember, yesterday. She said that she was on her way to the Chief Minister's office like any other citizen exercising their fundamental right to protest over an alleged attack that took place on her. Remember the attack in Warangal in which her Padayatra or foot march was allegedly abrupted by TRS cadres who then attacked her convoy and even partially torched the caravan, the bus in which she rests in. Now, over that incident, Sharmila was detained. And that's the reason why she wanted to register her protest. And that's the question that even Sharmila had asked before the cops, saying, I have every right. Even she also rubbished the charges that have been leveled. If you look at the FIR has accused her of snatching a phone, of obstructing a police from performing their duty, and also manhandling a woman in sub-inspector on whose complaint Sharmila was arrested later. So the charges or the entire version that she's been coming up with is the fact that these are fabricated charges imposed on her. And moreover, this is an attempt by Chief Minister KCR to muzzle the voice of opposition.
All right, Swastika, thank you so much for giving us all of that context and all of those details. Let's listen into some reactions right now.
Sharmila has been arrested. Your first reaction?
Surprise. I didn't expect government to take this step. This is atrocious that they've put the sections as if she's assaulting someone and obstructing they brought her to the court. They're trying to do some, I don't know, but I think they want to arrest and do something. She was assaulted and that was a very bad thing. You know, the people, they burned the bus, the FLA goons of TRS.
Yes.
But no action has been taken on them. But instead of them, they took action on us. We are fighters, we fight, and then we'll see what happens next.
I think what is happening in this state to everyone, and especially women, is very disturbing. She's a woman, and to give her that kind of treatment, I mean to literally up and lift the car and to move it out while she's sitting in the same. See, demonstrating a grievance and exhibiting your opposition to the same is a fundamental right of everyone, including a citizen as well as a politician or a public representative. She was doing the same, and it was being done peacefully. Now, if you wanted to arrest or if you wanted to stop the seizure of the camp office, etc., you have other means and modes.
నాకు సంబంధించినంత వరకు మా మహానేత కుమార్తెగా అలాగే జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి గారి చెల్లెలుగా వ్యక్తిగతంగా అందరిలో ఒక భాగంగా ఇంతకుముందు ఉన్నందువల్ల వ్యక్తిగతంగా ఇది బాధ కలిగించే అంశం దురదృష్టకరం అలాంటి దారి. బట్ మాది వైఎస్ఆర్ కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ, షర్మిలమ్మ గారిది వైఎస్ఆర్ తెలంగాణ పార్టీ. తెలంగాణలో ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్లో రాజకీయపరమైన నిర్ణయాలు, రాజకీయపరమైన సంబంధించి విధానపరంగాను ఇంకో రకంగాను తీసుకునే వాటి మీద మీరు అడగడం, మేము కామెంట్ చేయడం కూడా అది కరెక్ట్ కాదు.